Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here with another feel-good episode of XCOM: The Long War. That's right, we're riding higher than Kiefer Sutherland on the set of Young Guns, and let's face it, Young Guns 2 and every movie he made after that. Following our victorious base assault down in Brazil, we blew through that alien shithouse like a hurricane, and with the exception of a pair of Jack Palance-inspired sectopods, we left the aliens behind to reap the whirlwind, so mission went pretty well. Really, the only question that remains is, other than whether or not Doc Skurlock was actually a real doctor, is what did the aliens have planned in retaliation? Are they going to launch a base assault? Perhaps a terror mission? Maybe send in the U.S. Army with a Gatling gun to mow down the one character everyone knew was doomed before the opening credits even finished? Which, in this case, I suppose would be Sarah Jessica Parker. There's really only one way to find out, so without any further ado, let's get to it. Now, we do need to launch a satellite, of course, over Mexico before our council report comes up, and once our pulse lasers finish or these ship transfers complete, we'll probably go ahead and do that. But in the meantime, let's check out the blue marble. Alright, so improved arc thrower project is finished, which I believe just gives us more arc thrower charges, doesn't actually improve our percentage unlike the regular game.
Commander, we've got another
council mission
coming in from the council.
Well, this should be a delight, considering we're going to be forced to complete this council mission with a crew that makes the cast of The Big Bang Theory look super cool and confident, and not in any way socially awkward or hideously emotional cripples. A bomb disposal mission in a major Canadian city. I see then. Panic reduction in North America. You know what? Actually, those rewards are pretty reasonable. Panic reduction in North America would help fix some of our panic problem in Mexico, so let's go ahead and we'll take this one. Not that we have a choice. I mean, the other choice would be just let the bomb explode.
Seeing your progress.
And I'm fairly certain that just randomly letting bombs explode would probably upset our Canadian neighbors. I mean, they are pretty unflappable people and generally cool-headed and overall well-liked, but I imagine they're as prone to panicking as anyone when the bombs would start exploding, so... Does it tell us what our area of operation is like? Absolutely does not. Well, that's lovely. I think we will take a sniper, however. Possibly not Mel Gibson. No, Rihanna is still tired. What about Amanda Bynes? Is she still hurt? No, Amanda the Man Bynes is back in action. So she will be taking, what was it, General Dr. Jiggles, or General Professor Jiggles? I don't even remember anymore. Anyway, her imaginary friend with his headless puppet. Might as well have them launch into battle, if for nothing other than scare factor for the aliens. And we're going to need to make items available because all of our excellent gear, of course, was taken down into the alien base. Fortunately, all of it came out as well. Things were pretty touchy for a moment with the twin sectopod pod, which, that's, I don't know, it's the kind of rhyme I suppose Wiz Khalifa would be proud of, a pod, rhyming the same word with the same word, but me less so. Anyway, scope and high-capacity mags, that's got Amanda Bynes sorted. Fortunately, the equipment that we sent down, of course, did come back, so we do have that going for us. Do we really need the surgeon? I think probably not. Let's take Shia LaBeouf. We do want a medic along. Council missions can be a little bit tricky. Not entirely out of the question that someone might get injured. So let's give old McBeef a suit of phalanx armor. And McBeef has actually pretty good aim. Do we want to give him a Gauss rifle? I really, you know, I don't really necessarily think that's necessary. Just go with the laser rifle battle scanners and med kits for LaBeef. Not sure he's of age yet where we should honestly trust him with a big boy gun. That seems still a little bit risky. Shia, you know, prone to somewhat erratic behavior and likely to shoot a man in the head and then blame it on someone else. Or, alternatively, you know, let someone else shoot something and then take credit for it, because that's, let's face it, his one other gimmick. Nice to see Huge Axeman. His healing factor has finally kicked in and he is out of the hospital, ready to head back into action. Hopefully facing off against a robot. Yeah, where were you against those sectopods, Hugh? Huh? We could have used your real steel experience. You have mad skills when it comes to pummeling robots with your fists. But kind of dropped the ball in the whole base assault thing, didn't you? Yeah. Anyway, he's going to be toting a scope, laser sight, and of course the Slim Shady Memorial Slug Slinger into action. We've got a sniper, a medic, an infantryman. Definitely going to want a gunner. And looks like Megan Fox is a little bit sleepy, but Lady Gaga is there ready to step up. Lady Gaga, of course, little known fact, actually appeared in the original film version of Step Up. She was dancer number 6 with one eyebrow and meat suit, actually, was how she was credited in the film. And we can't afford to give her a suit of phalanx armor. Toss a Gauss machine gun on her. A little bit of scope and an alloy bipod's going to complete the Gogster's kit. So, sniper, medic, infantry, gunner, well, we're going to need a scout for sure, and probably an assault trooper. And I did see that Pink was back in action, did I not? Ah, but Reb the Immortal Madman is back as well. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go with Pink in this case. Honestly, I feel the Reb Brown level of intervention probably not warranted. It's going to be Aegis armor for the Pinkinator, and who has our other suit of Aegis armor? We put it on Huge Axeman. We'll have to rectify that, actually. It's going to go on our assault trooper for sure. Since I can't help myself when it comes to running assault troopers headfirst into Overwatch, I just can't stop myself. I'm like a junkie with a needle halfway in my arm. I can't not push it the rest of the way in. So we will adjust that because it's likely that assault trooper is going to be, you know, flung straight on into some Overwatch at some point. Actually, Hugh Jackman, is he wearing it? He is. Alright, so just phalanx armor for you, Hugh. Don't get greedy, buddy. You've already got an adamantine skeleton. I mean, how much extra armor do you need? Shouldn't that be enough? I mean, really, Hugh? Shouldn't it? Assault troopers Not Today Lauer, of course, was part of our fantastically successful base assault. Sydney Mr. Tibbs Portier, however, was not. That's right, damn you, whippersnapper, leaving me behind on such a critical mission. Sorry, Sir Sydney. We're going to give you a chance to make up for it here. There's plenty of Thin Man for you to shoot on this bomb disposal. That better be. That's really all Sir Sydney has to say. You know, since this is going to be a bomb disposal mission, I'm actually not overly enthused about the breaching ammo. We're pretty unlikely to run into a berserker on this mission. So let's just let's throw an alien grenade on Sir Sydney instead. And of course an arc thrower, because we still haven't captured a Thin Man despite trying on numerous occasions. We've never actually succeeded with a Thin Man capture. And we are going to want an engineer as well. Who's available? Sung Kang is our best engineer, huh? Yeah, well, not today, Sung Kang. Sorry, buddy. It's going to be Kristen 1000-Yard Steward. You know, actually, now that I'm going to actually revisit that. I think I maybe will take Sung Kang. We are going to be taking a Marauder on the mission as well with us. So, you know, Sung Kang with his tuner skills might hold us in good stead. Sung Kang does have repair. Yeah, you know what? We're going to take Sung Kang instead. So a little bit of Banshee armor for Sung Kang because I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, it's there and it's better than his other alternatives, so I suppose that's reason enough. Gauss Carbine for Sung Kang to help him out with the foot speed, and rather than that alien grenade, do we really want to give him one of our arc throwers? Because that's how we repair things. I'm a dumb, dumb man. Yeah. We don't really want to take Sung Kang. So, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Let's give him back his tack armor and take away that ceramic plating. And I'm sorry, Sung Kang, I know you were anxious to get a chance to really break it down and get your mitts on one of our mech units, really put it to work. Maybe, you know, slap some NOS into it, get some, like, low-profile tires on it, maybe a pair of spinners and whatnot, but I just don't feel that today is the day, son. And maybe another time. So it's going to be Banshee armor and a Gauss Carbine then for Kristen 1000-Yard Steward. Once we make items available, that is. It's yeah. I'm having enough trouble just kidding these guys up that I'm really starting to doubt our chances for success actually at the mission time come around. I'm feeling that someone is going to be standing in front of a bomb going, "Is it the blue wire?" And then it just explodes because they sort of chopped the wrong one. I just have that sort of lingering, sort of looming dread right in front of me. Just a sword of Damocles perilously dangling above my head. So we do have Drake, who's... Oh, Drake is still down for 10 hours, huh? Well, now, ain't that a good jar of pickles? We got... Well, we could take Ashley Tycoon Olsen, but our other choice would then be... Specialist Charlie Hunnam, who has a 64 aim. Ugh, God, he is terrible. You know what? Not on a bomb disposal mission. If it were something easier, Charlie, we'd give you a little love, but... We're going to need someone slightly more competent, so it's going to be the Chooser of the Slain, Ashley Valkyrie Olsen. Going to be heading up this mission. Railgun, we're going to go with a flamethrower, alloy belt, and weapon gyros for the chooser of the slain. And that's got us launched and ready. Ashley, of course, eager to escort some more fallen souls to Valhalla, as is her mandate of heaven. We'll hopefully give her a chance to do so. Anyway, not far to go. Looks like we're headed to what?
Touching down.
Winnipeg, somewhere in Manitoba, maybe? Is there actually a major city in that part of Canada?
Operation will be in Canada.
Vancouver's over in that neighborhood, which is pretty big, but when you get east of there, I'm not really sure there's a whole lot. Operation Driving Knife. It's Operation Driving Knife actually was a Saturday Night Live skit like Toonces the Driving Cat, except Driving Knife just it wasn't quite as funny as the cat, so never actually made it into production. That's one that sort of died in the writer's room. Which is a shame, because, you know, the animated knife that they had with the little eyeballs and hands was really quite adorable. I mean, frankly, despite the fact that it was a knife, it was still pretty adorable. Knives can be adorable if I say they can be adorable.
The aliens are in the process of powering up an explosive device somewhere nearby.
Oh, no kidding. Is that what makes it a bomb disposal?
Disarm it before it's too late.
Hey, is this Robert Loge's pork store?
Indicate that the device is some sort of priming mechanism.
It is Robert Loge's pork store.
The aliens are transferring power from it directly to the bomb itself.
Ah, Grandpa Loge is going to be upset that we're aliens are trying to blow up Robert Loge's pork store. I mean, shit.
New objective received.
I know they love coming to this place, and I would have thought they would have been at least somewhat hesitant to explode it, because they seem quite fond of Robert Loge and his pork products.
Location
or at least
confirmed.
Robert Loge's pork products, not necessarily so much Loge himself, but they do seem pretty fond of his pork. McBeef, why don't you go disarm the bomb? Because, hey, let's face it, when it comes to disarming bombs, no one I'm more willing to trust than Shia LaBeouf. You mean another, Dr. Shen? It's the first power node down. The hell is wrong with you? Can you not even count? I'm actually not sure why I asked that question. In fact, I know you can't count, Dr. Shen, because, well, you're Dr. Shen. If counting was something you were better at, we'd have more weapons and things available for us. Maybe a firestorm in our barracks, something like that. So, well, Mr. Tibbs isn't exactly overly quick, is he? You know what? Kristen Stewart, could you path in a worst possible way to get there? No? Okay. Well, we were going to have you go that way, but since you're going to path like an idiot, we are going to have to actually make you go around. Not this turn, but next turn we'll have Shia take a peek down that alley.
Aye, aye, Commander.
This is dangerous and dumb, but I'm going to do it anyway. Alright, so nothing. Excellent. You know what, Amanda Bynes? Actually, I think you're probably good to just stay there, and we'll have Real Steel head on in to be the other half of Team Door Kick here. Oh, and he stepped right on the kielbasa, man. Not cool. The aliens were going to eat that. I was going to eat that. Speaking of which, bring me home a pound of pork chops if you would, guys. Alright, so from the sounds of things, there are either very clearly aliens in this room or on the rooftop, one of the two. I'm guessing probably in this room. So let's have Real Steel open this door for us here and see if he can spot anything. That's a no. What about you, Pink? You see anything? Pink likewise does not see anything. Shia, go take a peek around that corner then. Anything? Shia reports all clear, which doesn't necessarily mean it's all clear. I mean, that could be like a Richard B. Riddick level of clear, in that it looks clear, but, you know, patently isn't. And then the chick from Farscape gets chewed in half by flying alien creatures. So, 1,000 Yard, why don't you go disarm a bomb then? You clearly care nothing about your life. You're ready to die at any moment, so it seems like this would be a reasonable task for you should things go horribly, horribly wrong. Doesn't look like they did, but you know.
Power node powered down.
Maybe next time, Kristen. Maybe
That's
next time.
affirmative.
Alright, so Kristen's in a good position then for a grenade toss next time if necessary. And I still see nothing. Go on Overwatch, Amanda Bynes. Ashley Olsen's going to advance forward and get ready to roll out these big double doors. They have been boosted in size, of course, to be mech trooper friendly. It's part of the 2015 Friends with Augments Act of
Already there.
well, of 2015. It requires that all doorways and ramps be, you know, fully equipped and capable of handling someone sized as a mech trooper.
There now.
Really a piece of legislation that was long overdue, honestly.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
So a little bit of Overwatch for a huge Axeman there, and Mr. Tibbs
10-4.
can just advance full tilt. And really, we probably should have left a little working room for the Gogster. You know, McBeef, there's a bomb. Alright, so we're going to have McBeef
On the move.
just sort of sweep up the flank, and if he can, he'll pick up a cheap bomb disarm right there. Alright, so we have an audio clue. Well, it's probably either a seeker or an outsider, given the fact that it didn't make noise. You guys should really be clued into this shit by now. This is like your 25th mission. So it seems like you should be onto this sort of thing. I mean, experiential learning, that's something you should have at least some small capability, little bit of capacity for. See, now you guys wondered why you didn't get to go on the cool alien base raid and stuff like that. I mean, that's the reason why you didn't get to go on the cool alien base raid. That right there. Alright, so we've got, looks like
Eyes on target.
one pod of pop, two pods of thin mint. Okay. Well, I have a feeling this isn't going to go too terribly well for these guys. So Kristen Stewart can see 4. Not overly well, but she can also eliminate some cover for us here. Our goal is going to be to not also eliminate any of our troopers' cover, like so. So let's drop that, like, right there. Looks pretty good.
Grenade out.
So here's Kristen, ready to roll. Not an abundance of damage from Miss Stewart, but some damage. A terrible shot for Amanda Bynes, to be perfectly honest. Can you grapple up to the roof and get maybe a better shot, Amanda? Take a look. Investigate the possibilities. And the answer is no. Well, if we're going to do that, we may as well have Amanda advance to this full cover and then also take a shot. Could be slightly better. Nope, actually worse. So that's unexpected. We'll revisit Amanda in a moment if necessary. Huge Axeman should be able to kill this chump stain. That's one alien down. That is going to make it a little bit more difficult to disarm that, since you left it lingering in a cloud of poison. Not exactly some of your finest work, Hugh, but I suppose we have to take what we can get. Also, Glory Hog, huge Axeman there, taking any chance Amanda Bynes had to earn glory. So Sir Sidney's got an opportunity to do some decent work for us on a run and gun. Could also have Pink go check that out. I'm actually concerned there might be units on the roof that move. We are going to have McBeef advance here because we know it's clear. Or McBeef could be in like the worst position of all time. It's one of those guys ran around the corner. Alright, so, well, now that we know where the enemy is, at least, we have an opportunity to rectify the situation. So here comes Pink, going to go and try and save Shia McBeef's bacon. And Pink taking a very unusual route to get there. Of course, she's nothing if not unconventional. I mean, that's sort of Pink's thing. A little bit of alloy cannon should finish that guy off, or not. So we've got Lady Gaga, Ashley Olsen. And honestly, at this point, I think it's going to be up to Ashley Olsen to, speaking of bacon saving, Ashley's going to have to do quite a bit of that. So, some very poor moves we've made so far, but with any kind of luck at all, it won't burn us too terribly because it's going to be these aliens who are the ones getting burned. So let's drop this, and this should panic that unit, which will keep him from completely kicking the holy levy shit out of the rest of our troopers. Since it's going to be up to Sir Sidney, effectively, to come save the day. Lady Gaga is going to have nothing to contribute to this one, so we're just going to move her forward. And Amanda Bynes is just going to drop into Overwatch. And that's going to leave us with Sir Sidney, who is going to be forced to run and gun.
At the speed of death.
But that's okay. Sidney, a talented multitasker, has no problem both running and gunning in the same turn.
Roger, Dodger.
So here comes Sir Sidney. 2 flank shots. This should be a can't miss. Our other unit is panicked. So the chooser of the slain, making sure that none of our troopers are the ones being slain today with a critical clutch flamethrower shot at just the right moment, leaving that guy panicked. Now, we do only have 2 turns till the bomb explodes here, but we actually can sort of sort of salvage that a bit. 4 damage, no big deal for our Valkyrie. She should be fine. And this guy can take a shot at Amanda Bynes? No. Acid Spit? No, shot at Amanda Bynes. Oh, Acid Spit.
I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, Amanda Bynes, you're going to be sick, but the sickness that you're going to suffer is basically the result of some strange drug interactions by the many antipsychotic meds that you are currently imbibing. I don't really know as you can blame that on the Thin Man. Seems a little bit unfair, actually. Can't really pin that on him, man. That's not cool. Alright, so there's a nice exploding truck, which is not necessarily terrible. It just means that it won't be exploding on any of our troopers. So, McBeef, you go ahead and take the disarm, and since you're literally good for nothing else, you can go ahead and soften this gentleman up a bit. There you go, nicely done. And that's actually going to leave us in an interesting position here. We have an opportunity for capture, potentially. Let's see what Gaga can do first, however. So Lady Gaga does have a shot here. We're going to rapid fire at this chump stain. 274 percenters, 1 hit should be enough. If even a single 1 hit, she should be dead. There we go. Alright, so Lady Gaga still contributing, turning in a strong performance. Now, here's our interesting potential. We are actually going to go for the capture. Is she pathing through acid? Of course she is. Way to be, Shia. You've totally trapped Pink in an acid cloud. So, nicely done there. I guess it's going to be up to Mr. Tibbs. Did we not give Mr. Tibbs an arc thrower? We did, I'm pretty sure. Gonna leave him out in the open, but I'm pretty sure the alien's gonna be out of commission, so let's go ahead and take the capture chance. 58%, that's stun chance. Oh, hey, we got a Thin Man.
Target disabled.
I'm actually well pleased with that. That's our first Thin Man. So Amanda Bynes is gonna have no choice but to hunker down. Professor General Mr. Jiggles will definitely keep her company, so she should have not a whole lot to fear. Curious, actually, whether our mech troopers are immune to acid or not. They are not. Alright, well, that's bad. You know, honestly, I'm more tempted to just use another flamethrower charge here, but Ashley also only has 2, so let's save it. Ashley Olsen with a hit, but no kill. Unexpected. I have every confidence that huge Real Steel Axeman, however, is going to be able to finish this guy off. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted you to do, Hugh. There you go. You can multitask, Hugh. Come on, I've seen you fight like 17 guys at once as Wolverine, so why don't you disarm the bomb, then shoot him in the face? I mean, I understand that's a pretty tension-filled situation in that we're asking you to not only disarm a bomb, but once you finish disarming a bomb, I mean, then you also have to sort of shoot an enemy. But you're the Wolverine, man. Good God. If anyone can do it, it's you. And I guess Pink will just reload since Shia Worthless LaBouffe has trapped her in behind a cloud of acid. Yeah, I called you Worthless Shia LaBouffe. I did. Prove you're not. Make a liar out of me. Come on, I dare you. Man, what do you got, LaBouffe? Come on. Bring it. I'm not afraid of you. Yeah, you got nothing. You know how you work. So McBeef is going to get, yet again, the sort of shit job in that I'm pretty sure there are no aliens that ever spawn in this alley. So he's going to head over there for the disarm. We're actually going to send Ashley Olsen up in this direction. She's going to prepare to entree into what remains of the pork store. This is the Robert Loggia Memorial Pork Storage Facility. He didn't actually get a gun or anything named after him, but they did name part of a meat store after Robert Loggia. It was the least they could do. I mean, he did get shot to pieces like 9 times defending this very pork store. Nice of Dr. Shin to sort of give us a hint as to where the aliens are lurking, despite the fact that they have not yet been revealed. Not that I'm complaining, Dr. Shin. I mean, if you wanted to do that more often, I'm totally cool with that. So is this going to run through acid? Yeah, Kristen Stewart is not going to be wise enough to go around, is my guess.
That's affirmative.
So we're going to have to take Kristen Stewart through a very circuitous path. Of course, circuitous pathing, something Kristen Stewart is much accustomed to. She was in the Twilight films, after all, and let's face it, the logic and premise behind those films was nothing if not circuitous. Amanda Bynes, honestly, I think you've basically done your job this mission. And that's also going to path through acid, so let's try and avoid that. Lady Gaga, of course, also familiar with circuity, but mostly just because she has some very postmodern aesthetics and is basically into weird just for the sake of weird.
On my way.
No reason necessary when you're the gangster. Weird is an end and worthy of itself, not. So it looks like Ink's not really going to have a whole lot to contribute thanks to the lingering acid puddle. Huge Axeman, of course, is out of ammo, so
I'm on the move.
we'll have a turn there of sort of regrouping then, give Huge a chance to advance and reload. And this should be able to give us just another opportunity to make sure we're fully set before we penetrate this facility. And of course,
You hear that?
McBeef over there with the I've got the alley covered job has probably got the alley covered, so he's got another turn to buy us. Somehow I honestly feel that Shia LaBeouf probably spends a lot of his time in alleyways, so
Aye, aye, Commander.
seems like something you should be at least relatively familiar with. Gonna hunker down. You know what? Yeah, reloading is fine, actually. Let's have everybody reload.
Moving.
Pink, you can go on Overwatch because your clip is full.
Good to go.
Huge, same holds true for you.
I'm on it.
Sydney, you can actually go ahead and reload then. Shia, why don't you disarm the bomb? And I'm not sure how you could see a unit after disarming a bomb,
but you still need to hurry, or well,
Overwatch then for you. Amanda Bynes, why not? Oh, I see that you took damage because I forgot you were still covered in acid. Well then, why don't you hunker down so that that remains armor damage only, and we don't actually have to put you in the hospital. I'm not a smart man. Not at all. I mean, I'm talking Forrest Gumpian levels of I'm not a smart man. And unlike Forrest Gump, I mean, I don't even know what love is, so he's got, Gump even has one on me. But one thing I do know is that we're ready to kick open this door and pretty much murder every alien that might be behind it, so let's get that going. Roll up that door if you would, please. Why can no one open this door? I seem to recall that those doors did in fact open. Pretty sure that they do.
Okay.
Alright, McBeef then, well, why don't you go take a peek? Alright, so we have rooftop guys. One guy coming out the front.
Watch the
They got me
flanks.
flanked.
Also Seekers. Alright, so way to be, McBeef. You have clearly done yourself a horrid disservice. And, yeah, this actually looks reasonably bad. Alright, so let's see what we can do about rescuing the Beefinator. Now, McBeef does still have a shot, I'd like to point out. So he can, he can be sort of a self-rescuing princess just a bit here. He has an opportunity. We're actually going to put Amanda Bynes. Do we really want her on Overwatch? Let's just move her up to full
Understood. Moving
cover.
out.
She might actually potentially have a shot at something. McBeef, what do you have shots at, buddy? Well, that's not going to get a kill. Neither is that. Or that. That will definitely get a hit. That's really all I can say for you is that you can hit this Seeker. You have a good enough critical chance. Take a crack at him, McBeef. And that's what I get for letting McBeef do anything, honestly. I should have expected that. So Lady Gaga has one shot, which is effectively at this thin man. We're going to take it. And yes, we are rapid firing. I expected really only one of those to hit, but honestly one was enough to get the job done, so... I would like Mr. Tibbs to be a little bit further forward here. I'm very worried about this individual back there and what we can do to sort of thwart his hopes and dreams. Looks like not a whole lot. So Kristen Stewart actually has sight on an enemy. We don't need her to shoot at that guy. I think it's going to be an up and over for Miss Stewart. And can you throw a grenade up there? Clearly you cannot. Alright then. So where is that guy? Is he on the second floor? He appears to be on the second floor. Alright, well Kristen, why don't you move to there. And then see if you can perhaps chuck a grenade in that window, maybe? Yes? In the window? In the window. Well, there we go. That's going to hit Ashley Olsen. Yeah, we would prefer that you not do that, actually. So let's have Ashley sort of penetrate the facilities then.
I'm on it, Commander.
And this will clear her out of Kristen Stewart's grenade of death range. And Ashley is going to make use of her final remaining flamethrower shot. I was hoping we would And I was hoping we'd also get that Seeker, but it looks like Ashley's going to have to cook our beef for us here. And that is going to panic that one Thin Man. Of course, that trooper immune to panic, but it's not really a huge problem. So we're going to have Pink advance here, and she should be able to easily murder this gentleman. Why don't you shoot him right in the back? Wild Bill Hickok style. Clearly, someone had dealt that guy aces and eights, so not a lucky hand for him. And Kristen, now what do you say about throwing one in this window? Think you got it in you? I think you can. Chuck it in that... There you go. Or, you know, hey, why bother throwing it in the window? You can just throw it straight through the wall. I mean, that also works. But just one shot for Huge X-Man. On a unit that is panicked, and thus doesn't really need to be shot at. Where can you get to, Huge? Not anywhere good, effectively. So, Mr. Sidney, what can you do for us, then? Somebody's got to protect McBeef, and that's sort of going to be your job. But I don't really like your chances at killing that guy. Also, you're going to have to run through acid to do it, which is doubly bad. Now, you could make it up... Ugh, McBeef, you're in such a terrible spot, buddy. I'm not even sure how to save you.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, so Hugh Jackman's going in. We're not worried about... That's the only unit you can see is the panicked guy? Seriously, Huge? Come on, buddy. Come on. Somebody has got to keep McBeef alive over there. And it looks like we may be relying on sort of a long shot run and gun from Sir Sidney, which hopefully this isn't going to move him. Thank you, everyone, for deciding that pathing through acid is easily the most effective and brilliant way of getting around. Does that take you? It does not. So go up and over. Sir Sidney, buddy. I'm sorely disappointed in you. Sorely. So McBeef is just going to be sort of left to his own devices, I think. And we did run and gun. Can he get... Well, he can get there. Alright. Good to go. We're going to have Sir Sidney run and gun. And hopefully... Well, he could kill that guy or take a terrible, terrible shot at that guy. No, honestly, I'd rather have him just take the guaranteed kill. So, McBeef showing us why he isn't famous anymore. With career decisions of the caliber that he's making on this mission, it's easy to see why he always chooses wrong. And there we go. So McBeef is going to enjoy a little of his own attention and spend some duration in the hospital. That's going to be delightful. Actually, I think that might be Shia's first trip to the infirmary, and I have no idea what that guy is doing. Literally none. Seriously, where are you going, dude? Also, someone should maybe consider doing something about that bomb. I mean, that just seems like a, you know, maybe a good thing, perhaps, to consider. The bomb that's like 2 turns from exploding. Someone maybe want to shoot it. Not sure how we're even supposed to get to that guy. Alright, well, Sir Sidney Blot a grenade. We might as well take advantage of it, so we're going to drop that right in that guy's square. This should eliminate his cover. Maybe give McBeef a chance for a little payback. What do you say, McBeef? Well, not exactly the greatest chance in the world, but you can unflank yourself, so you've got that going for you. And a considerably better chance. Go ahead and take that. Thank you for living up to my expectations, McBeef. I appreciate it. I wouldn't know what to do if you had done something positive or good. Amanda Bynes finally getting a chance to get in on the action, and clearly storing a lot of pent-up aggression was Miss Amanda Bynes, as she looked quite eager to lay waste to some enemies. Now, 2 shots here for Ashley Olsen, and we are going to take them. That's a miss. Not exactly your best shot of all time, Ashley, but then again, your hit percentages weren't exactly the greatest either, so I'm not sure we could entirely fault you. I mean, I know I'm prone to faulting our troopers for things that aren't necessarily their fault, do it all the time, but, well, we'll give you a pass on that one, Ashley. It looks like it's going to be up to Pink to close out this gentleman. We'll have to see what her hit percentage chance is like. We may wind up 78% for the kill. I will take that. I trust in Pink. And there's the reason why I trust in Pink.
Okay.
Now, some people trust in God, some in Buddha, some in other things. Me, I trust in
Well
pink,
done.
baby.
Now you just need to eliminate any remaining hostiles.
I know that sounded
Heads up, Strike One.
disconcerting
Picking
and
up some
vaguely
strange
sexual,
readings near your
but
op zone. Keep an eye out for
I still
hostile
trust in pink.
forces. Objectives updated.
So we're going to have a Thin Man run-in, or effectively what I like to call It's a Raining Men action. We're going to have some Thin Men dropping in on us. We're not necessarily in the greatest position of all time to deal with that. I think there's a Seeker going for the Strangle. So Amanda Bynes enjoying the gentle embrace of General Mr. Jiggles, but honestly, she's fairly comfortable with Mr. Jiggles' attentions. Wow, that guy flipped in like a fucking ninja. Did you see that? That was really dramatic, man. Alright, so we've got plenty of enemy units coming in for us here. And they just keep coming. It's a raining man. Hallelujah, it's a raining man. Ah-ha. Yeah, so we've covered that joke before, I'm pretty sure, but it's an oldie but a goodie. I feel it deserves a second look. So Huge Axeman has... you might as well go ahead and take that one, Huge. Let's get that enemy finished off. Why don't you reload then? Mr. Tibbs, I have a feeling, is going to make pretty quick work of this shit, Barrick. So that's sorted. And Sir Sidney, that shot doesn't even count, so Sir Sidney can still move and fire if necessary. Pretty sure he's not going to have a shot, though, so we're just going to have him move and reload. McBeef, the bitter disappointment. Let's see if you can contribute anything at all to this mission. Oh, an 88% hit chance. Your best chance ever. Wow, McBeef actually delivered a kill. So surprising. I don't know as you should really be bragging and saying about how you're going to start keeping score there, McBeef. Your score is 1, buddy. It's real easy to keep track of. You could count it on your dick if you had to. I mean, it's 1. 1. So we're going to flush out actually just to knock that guy out of Overwatch, which apparently moving... Yeah, okay. So his movement knocked him out of Overwatch. And that should give Ashley Olsen more than an ample opportunity to go finish that asshole off. And it's going to be a rail cannon bullet to the forehead. Yet another soul that will not be traveling to Valhalla. That gentleman is certainly doomed to the fiery depths of hell. Of course, he will get free once Ragnarok comes, but that's just the way things sort of go. And that's going to give us then an opportunity for the Gogster to free up a Miss Amanda Bynes. Didn't even need a second shot there. Took it anyway, because apparently she hates ammunition. And where is this final enemy then? Wasn't there one like on top of this? Pretty sure there was one on top of that thing. Let's have Amanda Bynes reposition. She's gonna go on Overwatch.
On my way.
I thought there was a Thin Man on the roof of this tractor trailer. You know what? Just in case there is, I'm actually putting a grenade up there. This is sort of a makeshift grenade. I'm pretty sure there was a guy up there. I don't know why we can't see him suddenly. But wouldn't hurt to check it out. And clearly I was in the wrong. So there's a guy who's going to then drop down and shoot Huge Axeman in the back.
X-rays coming in from the side.
Didn't actually mean... Yeah, so I sort of missed my key layer there and wound up reloading twice instead of actually having some spinning the camera. I actually had 2 troopers reload, so that worked out just delightfully. Let's hope that doesn't cost Huge Axeman his life. Looks like Huge Axeman, well aware of my many glaring deficiencies as a commander and easily ready to take up the slack, which, honestly, betting on your stupidity of your commander if you're on this XCOM team is you know, it's pretty much where the smart money goes. That really only way to be sensible about it. Always assume that I will do the wrong thing. So despite some odd decisions and, well, let's just face it, Shia LaBeouf's continued buffoonery, we still managed to pull that one out, and Edmonton, Alberta is once again safe from the alien threat. 18 aliens killed, no casualties, no damage, although I think we will have McBeef spending like a week in a hospital, something like that. I believe he suffered a light wound. And as we continually progress and get stronger and stronger, honestly, those bomb disposal missions just get steadily easier. The fact that the Thin Men don't get considerably tougher, whilst our weapons and hit percentages and whatnot climb higher and higher, Makes those pretty desirable missions to go on. They're not really as terrifying as they once were. We netted a promotion for Real Steel, and despite the lack of robots for him to punch, we are more than happy to have him promoted to a higher rank. Tactical sense is actually somewhat interesting, but given the fact that he has covering fire and opportunist, I feel it's going to be all Overwatch skills for Real Steel Jacksman, or Huge Axeman, as he's often called. Sometimes called Leopold as well, once in a while Wolverine, you know. You get the gist of it. Anyway, it's going to be, also that increases his mobility by 1. That's actually pretty good. It's going to be suppression then for Huge Axeman. And Mr. Tibbs, of course, they call him Mr. Tibbs, has another promotion for himself as well. Will to survive is garbage. Killer Instinct is actually okay, but honestly I feel for Mr. Tibbs, probably Ranger is just the best bet. He fires with close quarters combat and whatnot. Eventually he's going to be firing his weapon so many times a turn that Ranger probably gives the best damage bonus of any of these abilities. Will to Survive does have +1 will going for it, but honestly that ability it's just trash. It's going to be Ranger for Sir Sydney. Yes, that's right. Promote Sir Sydney to Ranger. Alright. We'll never hear the end of that now that Sydney is a Ranger. He's never going to... he's going to refuse to ever leave a man behind. Some nice kills for Ashley Olsen on that mission too. That's good. And Amanda Bynes even chipped in with the
Another live capture?
1 hit.
Please
Oh,
give my
Dr.
thanks
Valen.
to the main commander.
Yeah.
I know it can't be an easy task trying to bring them in alive. You can trust that the research team
Dr.
will make it
Valen's
worth the
once
trouble.
again disturbingly aroused by the fact that we have returned with a live alien. It's getting a little bit creepy, Dr. Valen. I mean, I know that you're into it and all that, and that it's actually making money for the XCOM project, but just keep it on the down low, man. You don't have to mention it at every opportunity. We all know what's going on, but, I mean, be subtle with it. Come on, have a little discretion, Dr. V. I mean, Optimus Prime is constantly reminding us that we need to be discreet. Maybe just heed his advice a little bit and keep that shit on the down low. I mean, you don't have to let the whole world know what's going on in your quarters. I mean, anybody who walks in is going to smell what's going on because, let's face it, you know, sex has an odor, but you could at least pretend, Dr. Valen. I mean, come on. Keep up appearances at the minimum.
Remember, we will be watching.
Yes, Optimus Prime is watching Dr. Valen, specifically, in this case, masturbate. That's nice. So let's see how that did. That actually did not help our panic in Mexico even a little. Well, that's real shitty, actually. Lowered the panic in Canada by a ton, but nothing at all for Mexico. I'm actually a little disappointed by that. Pulse lasers in 2 days, council report in 3, so we've still got time to get our satellite to make sure that Mexico does not withdraw from the project. We don't really have any other kind of maintenance tasks or anything to do, so I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. I know Dr. Valen loves when we get additional subscribers because, let's face it, our alien snuff porn empire is never going to grow without a steady stream of customers. So Dr. V encourages you to subscribe as well. We'll see you again soon.